The biggest sporting event on the planet is about to get even bigger. But as we all know, bigger doesn't always mean better. And for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, it definitely means more complicated. So forget everything you think you know about the 32-team tournament. That familiar, elegant format of 8 groups of 4, the straightforward path to the final, it's gone. In its place is a sprawling 48-team beast with 12 groups, 104 matches, and a brand new knockout round that has left many fans scratching their heads. FIFA calls this the future, a more inclusive and exciting World Cup. But if you look online, you'll see words like mess, confusing, and disaster. They're not entirely wrong. The new system, especially how teams advance, can seem deliberately convoluted. But what if it isn't? What if there's a simple way to make sense of this new era? There is. And over the next few minutes, we're going to break down exactly how the 2026 World Cup works, from the chaotic group stage to the new round of 32, and figure out if this format is a stroke of genius or just an unnecessary headache. Section 1. The big picture. More teams, more games, more confusion. So why mess with a good thing? For nearly 3 decades, from 1998 to 2022, the World Cup format was a masterclass in simplicity and high stakes. 32 teams, 8 groups of 4. Win your group and you get a theoretically easier path. Finish second, you're through, but with a tougher draw. Finish third or fourth, you're booking a flight home. It was brutal, it was elegant, and we all understood it. That structure gave us 64 matches packed with drama. The 2026 World Cup, hosted across the USA, Canada, and Mexico, will have a staggering 104 matches. That's 40 more games than we're used to. The decision to expand from 32 to 48 teams was approved back in 2017, driven by FIFA's goal of making the tournament more global. More slots mean more nations get a chance to qualify, which grows the sport and of course boosts revenue. But the initial plan, frankly, was a bit of a nightmare. The original idea was 16 groups of just 3 teams each. This was widely blasted for 2 key reasons. First, with only 2 group matches per team, the risk of a fluke result felt way too high. One bad day could send a top nation packing. But the biggest problem was the massive potential for collusion. In any 3-team group, one team would have to sit out the final match day. Facing backlash from fans and experts, FIFA wisely went back to the drawing board. In March 2023, they announced the format we have today. 48 teams split into 12 groups of 4. This was a huge relief. The 4-team group is part of the World Cup's DNA, ensuring every team plays at least 3 games, and that the final group matches kick off at the same time to protect the integrity of the game. So while the tournament is much larger, that core group stage experience feels familiar. The real confusion starts after those 3 games are played. Section 2. The group stage. Navigating the 12 groups. Before we get to who goes through, let's talk about how these 12 groups are made. It all happens at the draw, which is a show in itself. The 48 qualified teams, including the 3 hosts, Canada, Mexico, and the United States, are divided into 4 pots of 12 teams based on FIFA World Rankings. Pot 1 contains the hosts and the top-ranked teams. Pot 2 includes the next best teams. And so on, down to Pot 4, which contains the lowest-ranked nations. To form a group, one team is drawn from each pot, creating a balanced spread of talent. No group can have more than 1 team from the same continent, except for Europe, which has so many slots, 16, that some groups will inevitably have 2 European teams. The draw took place in late 2025, and we now know the exact matchups. So we have 12 groups, A through L, each with 4 teams. Every team plays 3 matches. You can picture the tables, with 3 points for a win and 1 for a draw. So far, so good. But once those 72 group stage matches are over, things get interesting. In the old 32-team format, half the field, 16 teams, advanced. Now with 48 teams, a massive 32 teams move on to the knockouts. That's 2/3 of the entire tournament, and figuring out which 32 make the cut is where the new rules get a little wild. Section 3. The advancement puzzle. Who exactly goes through? This is the part that trips most people up, but you can break it down into 2 simple steps: the automatic qualifiers and the wildcards. First comes the easy part. The top 2 teams from each of the 12 groups will automatically advance, giving us 24 teams guaranteed a spot in the next round. This is straightforward. Finish first or second in your group and you're in. Winning the group is still a vast deal, and grabbing that runner-up spot is the bare minimum for any team with big dreams. But that only gets us to 24 teams, and the new knockout stage is a round of 32. So where do the other 8 come from? They come from the teams that finish third in their groups. This is the game changer. In past tournaments, third place meant you were out. Now it's a lifeline. Of the 12 teams that finish third, the 8 best will qualify for the round of 32. So how do you determine the best 8 third-place teams? It's not random. FIFA has a clear set of tie-breaking criteria to rank all 12 third-place finishers in a virtual table. Points. This is the most important one. A third-place team with 4 points will always beat a team with 3. The more points you have, the better your chances are. Goal difference, if teams are tied on points. Goal difference, which are goals scored minus goals conceded, is next. This encourages teams to win big and lose small. Each goal is essential. Goals scored, still tied. The team that scores more goals gets the nod. This rewards attacking football. If teams are still identical, the tiebreakers get even more specific, moving on to fair play record, based on yellow and red cards, and finally, in a vanishingly rare scenario, the drawing of lots. The implications here are massive, especially for underdog nations. This offers a real tangible path out of the group. You might not have to beat 2 powerhouses anymore. A single upset win could be enough to get you through. It completely changes a team's strategy. Playing for a 0-0 draw against a top seed suddenly seems brilliant, as protecting your goal difference is almost as valuable as risking an enormous loss to chase a win. Section 4. The brand new round of 32. A bracket of chaotic beauty. Once we have our 32 teams, the 24 automatic qualifiers, and the 8 best third-place teams, we enter uncharted territory, a round of 32. This new knockout round adds an extra hurdle. To be crowned champion in 2026, a team will have to win 8 matches, up from the 7 required, in the modern 32-team era. This is where it gets truly fascinating because building the bracket isn't simple. The 8 third-place teams make a fixed, predictable bracket impossible. FIFA's solution is a complex but predetermined system designed to do 2 things: reward group winners and prevent teams from the same group from meeting again until the final. The 12 group winners and 12 runners-up have defined slots. For example, the schedule might say the winner of Group C plays the runner-up of Group F. The chaos comes from slotting in those 8 third-place teams. Their positions depend on which specific groups they qualified from. FIFA has a complex table that lists all combinations to determine who plays whom. For example, the winner of Group E knows they'll face a third-place team. But which one is it? The schedule says their opponent will be a third-place finisher from Group A, B, C, D, or F. Who they actually play is determined only once the final 8 third-place teams are known. This creates a thrilling unpredictability. A group winner won't know their opponent until the very last group stage matches are over. The knockout rounds will begin right after the group stage concludes on June 27th, 2026. If this breakdown has finally helped you wrap your head around the new World Cup format, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. We create content just like this every week, turning confusing rules into simple facts for football fans. Joining our community is the best way to stay ahead of the game and helps us keep making videos for fans like you. Section 5. The road to the final and what it all means. After the thrilling chaos of the new round of 32, the World Cup looks much more familiar. The 16 winners advance to the round of 16, which will take place from July 4th to July 7th. From there, it's the classic knockout progression. 8 teams go to the quarterfinals, 4 to the semifinals, and the last 2 standing will battle for the trophy in the final on July 19th, 2026 at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. So what does this all really mean? For one, it means more opportunity. Nations that have always been on the outside looking in now have a much better shot. We're guaranteed to see debutantes and underdog stories that bring new passion to the world's biggest stage. The idea of advancing with just 1 win gives immense hope to smaller footballing nations. However, the expansion brings enormous challenges. The tournament will last 39 days, a week longer than recent World Cups. The champions will have to survive a grueling 8-match campaign, putting incredible strain on players and demanding more squad depth than ever before. There's also a valid concern that the quality of play in the group stage might be diluted. With so many teams advancing, the do-or-die pressure in the final group games might be softened by the safety net of a third-place finish. So there you have it, the 2026 World Cup format demystified. It's a tournament of 48 teams divided into 12 groups of 4. The top 2 from each group advance, joined by the 8 best third-place teams, ranked by points, goal difference, and other tiebreakers. This all feeds into a new round of 32, kicking off a 16-game knockout stage. From there, it's a familiar road to the final. Is it a confusing mess? It might seem like it, but underneath, it's a system with its own clear, if complicated, logic. Whether this grand experiment creates a more exciting global tournament or a watered-down version of the event we love remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, getting your hands on that iconic trophy has never been a longer or more challenging journey. So what do you think of these incredible journeys? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more tales from the world of football. Thanks for watching.
Every legend starts somewhere. 2 worlds, 1 game, infinite dreams. Yet 99% of talent is never discovered. From nothing to glory isn't just content, it's a movement. 23,000 smart fans, 50 countries, 1 family. Your journey from nothing to glory starts now. From nothing to glory, where legends are born.
Don't wanna hear about